The United States government sent Anthropic an order at exactly 5:21 p.m. Every foreign national had to lose access to its two strongest AI models. The order reached people overseas and foreign nationals living lawfully inside America. Even Anthropic's own foreign employees were locked out. Anthropic said compliance left one practical option. It disabled Fable 5 and Mythos 5 for every customer. Fable 5 had launched 3 days earlier. 11 days before that, Anthropic had filed to go public. Investors had just valued the company at $965 billion. For 5 years, Anthropic had decided what Claude could do. It wrote Claude a constitution. It rebuilt its board to protect that mission. Then, it refused 2 Pentagon demands involving surveillance and autonomous weapons. Anthropic had built its identity around the power to say no. Then, Washington said no back. Powerful AI needs rules. The real fight is over who gets to write them. What began as a Pentagon contract dispute had spread across the federal government. Most technology companies publish terms of service. Anthropic published a constitution. The document describes Claude's values, intended behavior, and character. Anthropic uses it to shape Claude during training. It also calls the document the final authority on Claude. That phrase matters more than it sounds. A user can ask Claude to complete a task. An employer can give Claude different rules, but Anthropic sits above both. When a request crosses its limits, Anthropic's rules take control. There is a fair reason for that. A powerful model without limits could cause serious harm.
I somehow see it as a personal failing if Claude does things that I think are kind of bad.
What is somebody with a PhD in philosophy doing working at a tech company?
I spend a lot of time trying to teach the models to be good and trying to basically teach them ethics and to have good character.
Yet every limit still begins with a human choice. Anthropic decides which risks deserve a refusal. It decides which values Claude should protect. Those choices now reach people who never approve them. Anthropic publishes the Constitution, so anyone can inspect those choices. Inspection still differs from consent. As Claude enters banks, offices, and governments, product rules gain public weight. Anthropic then made those rules harder for investors to remove. Dario Amodei once served as OpenAI's vice president of research. He helped develop the core technology behind its early language models. In late 2020, he left with several colleagues.
I joined OpenAI a few months after it started and was basically led all of research there for several years. But then eventually, myself and a few other of the employees just kind of had our own vision, how we wanted to make AI and what we wanted the company to stand for, and so we went off and founded Anthropic.
Their new company promised to place safety closer to its center. Anthropic became a public benefit corporation. That structure lets directors consider public purpose alongside shareholder returns. The company still wanted stronger protection, so it created the Long-Term Benefit Trust. The trust holds special shares with power over selected board seats. Its members are designed to remain financially independent from Anthropic. In April 2026, trust-appointed directors became the board majority. Investors could still supply enormous sums. Money alone could not automatically remove the mission. Anthropic had placed its rules in 2 locations.
Anthropic is one of the key AI names eyeing a potential IPO this year, and it's looking to outmaneuver big spending rivals by showing you don't need the most chips.
One set shaped Claude. Another protected the company shaping Claude. Dario had built a private system of government inside a private company.
We really care about things like reliability and security and safety. That's baked into our DNA, right? Part of why we founded Anthropic was this belief in capturing the upside and sort of mitigating the downside. And it turns out that's something businesses really value.
That design only mattered once major institutions began trusting it.
Anthropic deserves huge credit for making the practice of AI capability and AI risk evaluation systematic, right, and sustainable.
A bank employee wants Claude to review documents and write code. Cybersecurity wants tests before approval. Lawyers want clear duties inside the contract. Compliance needs answers about data, monitoring, and accountability. Senior leaders need someone to defend the final decision.
And the more training you put into these models, the better they perform.
Anthropic arrives with system cards, risk tests, and published deployment rules. Those documents cannot remove every risk. They give cautious institutions something concrete to inspect. Lawyers can question it. Risk teams can test it.
Anthropic is run by an ideological lunatic who shouldn't have
But that's not my question. My question is AI
decision-making over what...
Executives can explain why Claude entered the building. Anthropic sells intelligence. It also sells permission. Claude still had to perform well. especially in coding and professional work. Safety made that choice easier to defend inside regulated organizations. That defense created commercial value. By May 2026, Anthropic's annual revenue pace crossed $47 billion. Investors then added $65 billion.
Well, Anthropic is now the world's most valuable AI startup company.
The round valued Anthropic at $965 billion. On June 1st, Anthropic confidentially filed for an initial public offering.
Less than 24 hours ago, the company announced it raised $65 billion in new funding.
A sincere principle had become a powerful business advantage.
We look at our revenue, it's grown 10x a year, every year for the last 3 years. 0 to 100 million in 2023, 100 million to a billion in 2024, 1 billion to, it's gonna land somewhere between 8 and 10 at the end of this year. Will it continue? I don't know.
Rules created trust. Trust opened doors. Once Claude entered core workflows, removal became harder. That gave Anthropic influence far beyond a normal software supplier. On June 10th, Anthropic called for stronger government control over frontier AI. Its advanced AI framework proposed testing, independent reviews, and real enforcement. In extreme cases, regulators could restrict models already in public use. But Anthropic also demanded facts, consistent standards, and court review. 2 days later, those safeguards stopped being theory. First, one investor described Anthropic's mission in far darker terms.
So I don't think they think they're writing software. I think they're midwifing a deity here.
Anthropic has never claimed it is building a god. Gurley's language was extreme. Still, the documents behind his concern were real. Anthropic gives Claude a character and a detailed set of values. It studies whether advanced models might someday deserve moral care. Anthropic says consciousness and moral status remain deeply uncertain. But Gurley was not worried about Claude's feelings. He was worried about Dario's reach. One private company was shaping the intelligence that institutions, governments, and individuals would increasingly depend on. The Constitution was not just a product document, it was an act of authority. Private design choices were already becoming public consequences, and the Pentagon had decided it was done accepting them. Before Washington responds, a quick recommendation. Anthropic has produced court filings, constitutional frameworks, and policy papers throughout this fight. That is a lot of writing. WhisperFlow is an AI dictation tool that works across every app on your computer. You speak, and it turns your thoughts into clean text. It handles technical language, learns your vocabulary, and adapts to context. Engineers use it, lawyers use it, researchers use it. If your work involves a lot of writing, WhisperFlow can help you draft much faster. The link below lets you try it and supports House of Cards at no extra cost. Now, Washington responds. Anthropic never tried to keep Claude away from the military. It says Claude was the first frontier model inside classified government networks. Claude supported intelligence analysis, planning, simulation, and cyber operations. Anthropic wanted that access. It also wanted two limits the company could defend: any lawful use. The Pentagon's position rested on those three words. American law should set military limits. A private supplier should not keep a veto over lawful operations. Anthropic accepted a wide range of defense and intelligence work. It still refused two uses. The first was mass domestic surveillance of Americans. The second was fully autonomous weapons without meaningful human control.
We have these two red lines. We've had them from day one. We're not going to move on those red lines.
Anthropic said current models remain too unreliable for independent lethal decisions. A model can sound certain while giving the wrong answer. A chatbot error may waste time. A weapon cannot take that decision back. Anthropic raised a different concern about surveillance. Current law lets governments purchase large stores of personal information. AI can combine movements, browsing, purchases, and associations within seconds. A lawful database can become a detailed map of someone's life. The Pentagon saw another danger. A private contractor was trying to limit military choices before deployment. Anthropic said these were broad use limits, not battlefield decisions. The military still viewed them as a private veto. Both sides claimed the rightful authority. One contract could not preserve both claims. Anthropic refused. On February 27th, President Donald Trump ordered federal agencies to phase out Anthropic. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced a supply chain risk designation that same day. Formal notice reached Anthropic on March 3rd. Anthropic called the action unprecedented against an American company. Similar labels had previously only targeted suppliers tied to foreign rivals. A company inside classified networks was now branded a threat to those networks. Anthropic sued. It said the administration was punishing a company for publicly defending its principles. The government denied unlawful retaliation. It said national security guides which suppliers America can trust. Federal courts became the next battleground. A California judge temporarily halted part of the action, but the deeper question, whether any of this violated the Constitution, remained open in Washington. Then, Anthropic's evidence exposed something odd in the government's technical case. The company said classified deployments gave it no remote control, no outside access, no backdoor, no kill switch. Anthropic could set terms before installation. It could not secretly disable Claude afterwards. The deeper conflict had begun before Claude crossed the classified door. Anthropic demanded limits. A senior Pentagon official had already warned that Anthropic would pay a price for forcing the department's hand. 11 days later, the supply chain designation arrived. Then, the relationship produced a contradiction that made the whole story stranger. Even while stepping back, the Pentagon kept deploying Mythos to find and patch government software flaws. Claude was valuable enough to reject, yet difficult to replace. That contradiction set up the final reversal. 5:21 p.m., June 12, 2026. More than 3 months later, another government order reached Anthropic. This one came through export controls. Every foreign national lost access to Fable 5 and Mythos 5. The restriction covered people outside America and foreign nationals inside it. It also covered foreign employees working at Anthropic itself. The government cited national security. The order gave Anthropic no specific technical details. What surfaced next made the story stranger. The warning had come from one of Anthropic's biggest backers. Amazon researchers had reportedly found a method for bypassing Fable's safeguards. It could guide the model into identifying software vulnerabilities, the exact capability its guardrails were designed to prevent. Reuters reported that Andy Jassy raised those concerns with senior administration officials. Amazon had invested $13 billion in Anthropic. It ran the cloud infrastructure Anthropic operated on. Its own Nova models competed directly with Claude. One of the companies bankrolling Anthropic's future had raised security concerns about its newest model. White House advisor David Sachs described the administration's choice for Dario: fix the alleged jailbreak or remove Fable from the market. According to Sachs, Dario refused. Anthropic contested that account. It said the flaws were minor, already known and reachable through public models without bypassing any safeguard. The government disagreed. And disagreement did not weaken the order. Anthropic removed both models for every customer. Opus, Sonnet, and Haiku remained available. The symmetry was hard to miss. On June 10th, Anthropic had called for governments to block dangerously deployed models. 2 days later, a government blocked Anthropic's. Anthropic wanted independent testing, clear evidence, and proportionate action. It believed the order met none of those standards. Yet Anthropic no longer controlled the safety threshold. Safety had opened the doors for Anthropic. Now safety gave the state the power to close them. Nobody elected Dario Amodei. Nobody voted on Claude's constitution. Yet the entities that stopped him operate under layers of their own authority. The Pentagon answers to civilian leadership. Courts check the executive branch, and investors answer to shareholders. But the public never decided how that authority should be divided between companies, courts, and the state. Claude needs rules. A system this powerful cannot operate without boundaries. Anthropic tried to create those boundaries privately. Its constitution shaped Claude. Its trust protected the mission. Its safety work helped win institutional trust. That trust helped build a company worth nearly $1 trillion. It also built the mechanism of its own restraint. Every rule carries a claim of authority. The more valuable Claude became, the harder powerful interests pushed back against Anthropic's veto. And when the pushback came, it came from every direction at once. From the Pentagon, from the Commerce Department, from one of the companies bankrolling its future. Anthropic can write the rules inside the machine. It cannot make the outside world accept them. For more investigations into the hidden systems behind technology, money, and power, subscribe to House of Cards. Yet even Anthropic's power rests on machines it does not control. Claude depends on chips Anthropic does not build. One founder became the face of that entire supply chain. Anthropic is fighting over the rules inside AI. NVIDIA controls the machines those rules need to run.